Do you need to have an art studio outside of your home in order to have the very best art and the very best art sales? You already know what I'm going to say. No, you absolutely do not have to do that. For years, like I'm going to say 13 out of the last 20 years, I did not have an art studio outside of my home, and I sold thousands of dollars worth of art. In fact, in the last 20 years, 13 of those, the studio that I had was inside my home. So no, you do not have to have a space, a dedicated art studio outside of your home to be effective. However, there was something, actually two things that really happened when I did decide to get an art studio outside of my home. The first thing is it really affected my creativity. And the reason for that is that when my studio was in my home, kids, partners, sometimes friends would go in and out of my studio space, whether it was in the kitchen or even if it was in a dedicated room. So people would come in and out, and they would share their opinions of my art. Now, sometimes it would be, like I see a boat in an abstract painting, and I'm like, there's no fucking boat in that painting. But regardless of what it might be, like people felt the need to share their opinions. And so therefore, I felt like I was a little creatively stifled because I didn't feel like I could be my most free. And when I got some studio space outside of my home, oh my gosh, it was just like I felt as free as could be. I could write anything I wanted. I could say anything I wanted. I could create anything I wanted. And I could leave a painting up that was like in the fugly stage. I could leave that up without having to worry that somebody was going to walk through and go, oh, wow, she's not such a great artist. And then I feel like I would have to defend myself. So creatively, it just made me feel so much more free. The second thing it did is financially, it really, really had an impact. And the reason is that now all of a sudden, I had to pay for my space. And what that did is it made me step up at a different level than I had ever done before. I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to make that rent payment that I showed up in my business differently. I was more proactive on social media. I looked for those commissions. I committed myself more to exhibitions and fairs and things like that than I had ever done before because I was so worried that I wouldn't be able to pay that rent. So it had a profound effect on me creatively and a profound effect on my sales in general. So only you are going to know if having an art studio outside of your home is the right thing for you. I certainly can't decide that. But I can tell you that if you choose to do it, it will likely have a very big impact on your business.